All right, so we're looking at 4.3. We are writing checks, finding and adjusting a bill, and printing checks. So I've already done these. I'm going to walk you through where they are. This first one, Dr. James, on number one, this is page 53. There we go. Took his employees to Rosie's Cafe for a working lunch. She wrote a check, 14.18 at the restaurant, using meals and entertainment expense account. So on this, we don't have to go build a bill. We can just go simply to write checks. And that's what I did. So I'm going to go back, do the backwards on the find here. Here's how I wrote the check. Okay. It gave us the check number. It gave us Rose's Cafe. That is not in there initially. So I'm just going to tell you, you're going to have to add that, do a quick add as a vendor. Okay. This is somebody we possibly buy stuff from, or they sell us like or services, right? So we're buying lunch. It's the 84.95, and then we're putting in the memo in two of these places. So both of these, and then this is for the account specifically, okay? And the amount down there. So it's going to match the above, and you'll say save and close that. So we've got that. The next one is this bill that she got from Animal Lovers. On this, we don't have to enter that bill. We're going to go straight to write check again. And I'm going to go back to find what I did here. Here we go. Animal Lovers. So you're going to put in the paid to the order of. I don't think they were in there. You're going to do a quick add them as a vendor. Okay. And then you're just going to put in the date that they told you, the 135. And this was for advertising. So you're just going to start typing advertising in the account, and it comes up as advertising and promotion. It's an expense account. This just makes sure that it puts it in the correct account. Expenses are going up and cash is going to go down. This is a check that's going to go out. So Animal Lovers advertisement, we're going to copy that memo in both spots. We need to click on print later because she just wrote a bunch of bills, and so she's going to write a check for the expense and print it later. So there we go. Okay. So we're going to save it, and let's see. We are going to close it because we don't have any more checks to write right now. We've got to fix a bill on number 3 that we buggered. So we're going to go to enter bills because that's where we would have entered it. And it's wanting us to fix a bill that was dated 7/21. So we're going to go back. And here it is, 7/21 to Wyland Broadband. We messed up initially. We didn't really, but they messed up. So we're like kind of going in there as a CPA. The computer and internet expenses amount right here was understated. So when you get in here, this is going to say $55.99. You're going to add 40 to it. So it's $95.99. Telephone will stay the same. This we have to increase by 40 to $199.44. Make sure that is in there and set. It doesn't give you any error codes. If it didn't match, it would give you an error. So no issues. We've revised it according to what they expect, $199.44. We're going to save it and close it. It's going to ask you if you are okay with the change because you're updating it, you're changing it. You're going to say okay. And now we're going to run expenses by vendor detail report. So I'm going to go up here to reports. Okay. This is going to be company and financial is where we're going to find this. Okay. So expenses by vendor. No. There we go. Expenses by vendor detail. You're going to simply click on that guy. Comes up and there's nothing because it tells you July 1st through July 31st. Okay. So we got to change this. July is the 7th month. Hopefully you know your months. There's July 1st. We got to change this to 2023 because that's when we're supposedly working here. And this till July 31st. So just make sure you tweak this guy to 7/31/2023. I'm going to tab out of that. It's building everything. So here we go. When you do this, make sure you check the animal lovers piece that you just put in. We updated the, let me see, Rosie's Cafe. Here's that, or Rose's Cafe. Make sure that all looks good. We assigned it check 1418. It's in there. And then we did Wyland Broadband. If all that looks good, your check figure at the bottom should be $4,684.37. So anyway, those are the things it's going to check for. It's going to check for the animal lovers deal. It's going to check for Rose's Cafe deal right through here. So make sure that looks like what you got. If it doesn't, you need to tweak it. And then Wyland Broadband, the last piece right there. And it's going to check for this $95.99 because that's the new updated from 55 to 95. And then it should be all good. So we're gonna Excel new worksheet. So pop that out. You're gonna do it in the new workbook. Okay. It's gonna pop that down into your screen. You are going to save that as chapter 4A3 expenses by vendor detail. Copy that because there's no way I'm gonna remember that. Okay, so here it is. So looks like what we just did. Now we're going to say File. We're going to say Save As. We're going to go to your folder on your H drive. Mine's already here because it remembers it from the last several that I've done. Putting it in there. This is the file name. Control V. There we go. Saving. It's going to say I've already done it because I already did it. So anyway, done. Okay. Now, the other piece is while you're in your VM, go ahead and make sure that you open up in there your eLab in the VM and just upload it from where you saved it. That should be all good. Now, the next thing is it wants us to print to PDF all the checks in the queue using 1419 as the first check number. Okay. So for that, I'm going to kill the motor on that. Not going to save it for the future. I don't think it told us to. If it did, I just buggered it. No, I think we're good. Okay, so now print checks. It's right there at the very bottom. Click on that guy. It's going to be pretty simple. Let me get this to the middle. There we go. First check number. So this is where we don't want to print all this stuff. We want to print only the ones that we're going to print. 1419. Okay. And let's see. All checks in the queue using 1419 as the first check number. So everything that's printable, it's going to go crazy. So we're going to go okay. And hate that it keeps popping over there. Okay, so I'm printing to Westwood. We should really do that. Use up all their paper. No, just kidding. That would be evil. You're going to print it to PDF. Well, heck. No, we should fax it. That'd be awesome. No, we're going to. It's late, and I'm just kidding. Okay, Microsoft Print to PDF. That looks groovy. All right. And as you can see, you can do voucher, standard, wallet, whatever it is that you're normally going to print. If you're in a business and you're doing this, just make sure you have the right paper in there. So anyway, that's it. And I'm going to go ahead and say print. And it's going to want to know the file name. It didn't give us a file name, so I don't know, but I'm going to name it what we just named that last crazy thing. And just write printing checks. Cheques. Getting stuck on my Spanish. All right. So we got the checks. There we go. It's printing. That's a whole lot of prints or checks. Did it print correctly? So this is the other piece. You can kind of look through here and make sure all these are good for the ones that you wanted to print. And then you can say, okay, and you're good. So anyway, now we can close the company file. Where's my mouse? There we go. File and close the company forever. There we go. Okay. So that's it. That's 4-3. Hopefully you got it the first time and you didn't have to watch this. If you did watch this, hopefully it got you straightened out.